Surprise, mother pew-pewers.
Girlfriend's favorite pleb, gumbo. Today we are going to go over the best siege pairings for 1 to 5 marches. Okay, let's get into it. If you're only running one, the best you can do is Gaja and Gonzalo. The synergy between the smite damage on this march has an insane damage output, paired with massive healing to help sustain longer than if it was sponsored by Blue Chew.
Oh! What the fuck? Bro, am I gonna get banned? Bro!
Gaja having a normal damage range buff on his active skill further increases Gonzalo and his active skill. For a 2-march setup, we keep the first march and we will add one of 3 different combos. For the primary of all 3 combos, we will be running Steven. Steven will provide healing, a proc AoE, and the skill tree for extra skill damage boost and a faster rage cycle. The first of these 3 is going to be the one I think is probably the best for a murder ball. That is going to be Afonso. With this much, you will gain a little bit of extra tankiness from the damage reduction. We will also pick up AoE, so it can be debated how much damage can be done by this, but by hitting multiple targets, you'll be helping your ball. The second pairing we can look at is Steven and Bobber. This combination will bring some extra rage generation and a single target nuke. This combination has been one of my favorite for a very long time and hits harder than my wife when I say something she hates. Pretty please don't tell her I said that, by the way.
You're a pussy.
For the final combination, we can add in John. If you prefer, you can actually run John primary in this combination, but I prefer to keep it as is for the skill tree. This combination will have a lot of high damage, single target damage, and will be especially effective at hitting marches that are half health. When running a 3rd march, we will keep Gaja and Gonzalo together and Steven with John. The 3rd march we run Afonso with Bobber. Now this march will be missing healing, but will make up for it to some degree with its damage mitigation and how hard it will hit. This 3-march setup also provides AoE on every march. Alternatively, you can run Margaret with Gonzalo, Gaja and Bobber, and Steven with Afonso as a very strong 3-march setup. When we get into 4 marches, things get interesting, so let's keep the Smite commanders together, and let's pair Steven with John, Archimedes with Bobber, and Afonso with Margaret. So the Archimedes pairing will add some tankiness and healing from the defense tree, and Bobber will provide the punch for this march. It's not a perfect pairing, but when you're adding in more than 3 marches of one troop type, then you have to expect marches 4 and beyond to not be as strong as the previous tier. So for Afonso and Margaret, this march is actually very strong. I have gotten some great reports with it. Margaret will help provide a heal even though it isn't consistent. The damage mitigation from Afonso will help carry the lack of a consistent heal. Margaret's active skill is basically damage over time and will help stack this damage reduction buff much faster. And now the fun begins. 5 marches. This if only for the real free-to-play players.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, look at that! Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm a free-to-play, and I still got that mina and a gold key.
We will keep Gaja and Gonzalo together, Steven and John, Afonso and Margaret, but we will make our 4th march Mary and Bobber, and Archimedes and either Narcissus or Honda. If you have him, I recommend Honda. Can also use Catherine here. So Mary with Bobber is similar to the last pairing with Archimedes with Bobber, except instead of Archimedes providing healing, Mary is providing faster skill cycles. So this march is very squishy, but will machine gun outrange skill damage. Archimedes with Narcissus will not be the highest DPS march. It will sustain for a while, but this is why I recommend Honda, as he will boost your attack by 40%, give you 20% march speed, make you take 5% less damage, extra 10% unit capacity, and the best part is on his third skill, when Archimedes launches his active skill, Honda will make the target lose 50% march speed and will do a damage factor of 200 for 2 turns. The last benefit of Honda is his expertise will reduce basic attacks, which can come in handy if you get targeted while tearing down. Honda is my favorite non-range commander because all of his non-active skills have some benefit to your siege marches, and he has a way to do a damage factor. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, pleb out.